Hey, Naomi, I got a favor to ask of you. I need you to get a present for one of my coworkers who had a baby recently. Think you can do that within the next few days?
Oh, a baby? Oh, that's wonderful. Sure, I can probably go and get something. Who's it for?
It's for Jeremy, the guy who works in accounting. Didn't I tell you about him?
Oh, you know what? Now that you mention it, you did tell me his wife was pregnant a while back. It's great to hear that the baby was born safe and sound. Well, boy or girl?
It's a, drum roll please, girl. He showed me a picture today and she is absolutely precious. You should see the head of hair she's got on her. She's just a few days old, but her hair's already almost down to her neck. And she's the spitting image of Jeremy, basically a carbon copy, but much cuter, mind you.
I'll bet Jeremy's happy about that.
Oh, you wouldn't believe the total dad mode he's in right now. He's going around to all the other departments to show them all the pictures he's taken of her. I'm going to have a meeting with him in a few days, and I thought that would be a good time to give him a gift.
Okay, sounds good to me. I'll go out to the mall and pick something girly out then.
Thanks a bunch, Naomi. I'd really appreciate that. Sorry to bother you with personal stuff while you're at work.
Nah, don't be. You're fine. I was actually just getting back from a meeting at one of our clients' offices, so I was totally free.
Oh my gosh, Jeremy just sent out another set of pictures on his company email address. He basically CC'd the entire company. Good grief, I understand being happy about the birth of your child, but really? I think he's going a wee bit overboard. Wow, I say that now, but I bet if I ever had a kid of my own, I'll probably be the exact same way myself.
Hey, speaking of which, Mark, do you suppose you might be able to come home a bit earlier than usual tonight? I'm really looking forward to our appointment.
Oh, did we have some kind of plan for tonight? Sorry, I'm gonna be late. Got a bunch of work left to do because half of my day has been spent going through all the baby pictures Jeremy's sending me. Why's that? Something up?
Are you really gonna make me spell it out for you? Don't tell me you forgot.
Huh? What do you mean? Oh, is it one of those days? That whole, what was it, rhythm method or whatever?
I'm glad you finally took the hint.
Sorry, babe, it completely slipped my mind.
I told you yesterday that today was going to be a good day for that.
You did?
Yeah.
Man, I'm sorry, Naomi. I must not have been paying attention.
Since I have your attention now, should I be dressed for the occasion when you get home?
I am the biggest idiot in the world. My wife's ready and raring to go, but I already went and told my boss that I was going to be staying late. Damn it! Stupid, stupid, stupid! Why am I such an idiot?
It's all right. Don't be too hard on yourself.
Man, this sucks. I guess this means that our next chance will be next month, right?
Actually, you're in luck. Tomorrow's a good day for me, too. So, should I pencil you in for a late night appointment tomorrow evening? Around 8 o'clock?
No!
What's wrong? Don't tell me you're too busy tomorrow, too.
I am.
Oh, Mark.
My boss invited the whole office out to drinks tomorrow night.
Can't you turn him down?
You know I can't turn down an invitation from my boss.
You just turned down 2 invitations from your own wife.
Yeah, and I want to slam my face into the nearest wall for that. But this is different. All my colleagues are going to be there. If I'm the only one who's not, what's my boss going to think of me?
Mark, we talked about this. You want to have a baby, don't you? And the doctor told us our best chance of conceiving would be to use the rhythm method. But ever since we started, you've been blowing me off every time. You haven't been home a single time during my fertile window.
I know. Trust me, I feel bad enough as it is. You don't need to remind me. I promise you I'll be there next month, honest.
That's what you said last month.
Well, I mean, it's not like the rhythm method is a 100% sure thing. Like, people get pregnant outside of their supposed fertility window all the time.
That may be true, but we need to look at reality, Mark. I'm already in my 30s. We have been trying for a long time now, and I still haven't gotten pregnant.
It's all right, Naomi. You say 30s like you're almost menopausal or something. You're only 33. I don't think we have anything to be getting anxious about.
If that's how you felt, I wish you would have said that before we both agreed to use the rhythm method. You're a bit late to be backing out of that now. And again, I am talking about biological reality here. Women can only get pregnant for so long. I feel like you're not taking my feelings into consideration at all, Mark.
I am, though. Look, I'm really sorry, but it is what it is. I'm gonna be busy both today and tomorrow. Trust me, though, I will be there for you next month. I'll do whatever I need to do to get home on time.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to that, though, okay? I'll go ahead and mark the good days for next month on the kitchen calendar. That means you've got no excuses. Don't keep me waiting, okay?
I got it, Naomi. Trust me. Okay, I'm gonna get back to work now. Don't wait up for me. You can go ahead and go to bed whenever you want. Oh, and you don't need to worry about fixing me dinner or anything either. I'll get something to eat here. I'll see you later, Naomi.
Mark, don't tell me you're going to stand me up again. You promised me that you were going to be able to come home early tonight. But look at the time, it's almost midnight. And why aren't you answering any of my calls or texts? Where are you right now?
Oh, shoot, I'm sorry, Naomi. I was asleep in my office.
And why were you sleeping in your office?
My boss asked me to stay a little late in order to get some paperwork ready for a meeting with a client tomorrow. I was almost finished with it, but all of a sudden I got crazy sleepy and, well, the next thing I knew it was 11 o'clock at night and you were blowing up my phone with texts.
I don't believe you. This morning when you left for work, you promised me that you would turn your boss down if he asked you to stay late tonight.
Yeah, sorry about that. I guess I forgot.
You forgot? You must have a very specific form of amnesia because I forgot was the excuse you used last month, the month before that, and the month before that. And why does it seem like it's only the days when I ask you to come home early that you're staying at the office until late at night?
It's not like I'm doing it on purpose or anything.
Whether it's on purpose or not doesn't change anything. All that matters is that you are repeatedly breaking your promises to me, and that really hurts.
Naomi, we need to talk. I think you are getting way too serious about getting pregnant. You need to calm down.
Excuse me?
That's exactly what I mean. Every time the issue comes up, you just get mad at me. I don't want to fight all the time about having a kid. Can't we just kind of relax about the whole thing? Like, it'll happen when it happens. That's how I want to do it. I don't think it's benefiting either of us to try and force it like you're doing right now.
Don't act like I'm pushing this on you. We both agreed that since we haven't been successful in having a kid up until now, that we would do what it took to have one. What happened to that commitment, Mark?
All right, that's it. Let's just forget the whole thing.
What?
I'm not interested in having a kid anymore anyway. Actually, for a while now, I've been wanting to dedicate more of my time to my job.
What are you talking about?
Before I got into this company, I was changing jobs just about every other year. I know it must have been difficult for you to deal with all of that, but this company is different than all the others. They respect me, they treat me well, they recognize my talent. Right now I've got a few new employees working beneath me, and they're even talking about giving me a promotion.
Well, I'm glad you finally found a good company to work for, Mark, but if that's the case, don't you think you should have brought it up to me sooner?
I wanted to tell you, but you were obsessed with having a baby. You were spending all your free time looking up supplements and exercises that were supposed to make getting pregnant easier. I felt like it would break your heart.
So you instead decided to lie to me? You led me on for months saying that you wanted to have a baby, but you really didn't?
That's not true. It's not that I'm against the idea of having a baby. I'm just not all that interested anymore. If we have a baby, that's great. I'm sure I'll be happy about it. We can just let it happen naturally, though.
I am 33 years old, Mark. We might not have enough time left to let it happen naturally. You told me you wanted a baby, Mark, and I've wanted to be a mother ever since I was a little girl. I realized that meant that I would have to make some sacrifices in terms of my career and lifestyle, but I was willing to make those sacrifices. And you told me you were willing to make them too.
I was. I mean, I am. I don't know how to put it into words.
I understand that you take pride in your work. I respect that you want to work hard and move up within your company. But if that was what you wanted to focus on, then you should have told me so sooner.
You're right. I'm sorry. Man, I feel like I've been nothing but a burden to you ever since we started dating. Like the only reason we're able to get by right now is because of you. You're the glue that's holding us together, and I'm aware of that. I don't know, maybe that's all I'll ever be to you, one big fat burden.
What are you trying to say, Mark?
You get what I'm saying, don't you? Like, sometimes I feel like maybe you would be happier if I weren't around. At least that's how I've been feeling lately.
Mark, are you saying that you want to break up with me?
No! God, no. No way! If you want me in your life, then there's nowhere else I'd rather be than right by your side. But do you want me in your life? I feel like I'm not doing anything to deserve you staying with me.
If that's how you really feel, then why don't you try doing something about it? Something that would make me want to stay with you. I'm not saying that the only thing in marriage that matters to me is having children, but what does matter to me is the fact that for the last several months, you've not been treating me the way you should. Like the way you so casually break your promises to me time after time. It's like you think that you don't need to keep your promises or something.
I'm so sorry I made you feel that way, Naomi. I guess if that's what you think about me, then we should probably get divorced.
Divorce? Why is that the first thing that comes to mind for you?
Since day one of our marriage, I've been working as hard as I can to be a good husband for you. But from what you just said, it seems like nothing I've done has been good enough for you. And if you still, after all these years, don't think I'm good enough for you, then what other way forward is there than divorce?
Hold it right there. What's going on with you? Are you listening to yourself? Just a little while ago, you were saying that you didn't think you were doing anything to deserve me staying with you. Now you're telling me that you have been working hard to deserve me, but because I don't think you're good enough, we should get divorced? Can you square that circle for me, Mark? Who's the problem? Is it me or you?
I'm sorry. I'm just no good with words. I want to make you happy, really, I do, but I just don't know how. And right now, not only am I not making you happy, I'm actually making you unhappy.
Mark, please, you're not making any sense.
I know. I'm just a good-for-nothing loser. Nothing I say or do makes any sense.
Mark, let's both just calm down for a second, okay? What time are you coming home tonight? I don't have work tomorrow, so I can wait up for you as long as I need to. We need to talk this out in person.
Sorry, Naomi. I can't. I need to be alone right now. I'm gonna stay at a hotel or something tonight.
That is insane. Now you're not coming home at all? You tell me you think that we should divorce and you're gonna run away and hide like a kid?
I'm sorry, I just can't deal with this right now. I'm crazy busy at work, and I have all this to deal with at home. I just need some time to myself. I'll contact you again once I've given this some more thought.
up your phone. I'm not gonna let you get away with just sending me a stack of divorce papers in the mail and never speaking to me again. I want answers. You owe me an explanation. Oh, are you Naomi? Mark? I've been trying to get a hold of you for a week now. What is this? Are you pretending to not remember me or something? Oh, I'm sorry. This isn't Mark. I'm just borrowing his phone. This isn't Mark? Nope. Okay, then who is this? My name's Katie. Well, hello, Katie. I'm Naomi, Mark's wife. And who are you? I'm his mistress, and starting tomorrow, I'm gonna be living in your house. You are? That's news to me. But wait, I've got even better news. I'm having his baby. Wow, that is a surprise. I'm already 5 months pregnant, so yeah, I think I've said enough. You get the picture, right? Now, be a dear and get out of that house as soon as possible, okay? Your husband says he doesn't want to live with a barren old hag like you anymore. My husband? Who are you referring to? I'm talking about Mark. Duh. Who else would I be talking about? Oh, you're talking about Mark. Well, I think you should know that Mark and I are no longer married, so he's not my husband anymore. Wait, really? You mean you actually signed those divorce papers he sent you? Indeed, I did. I took them to the courthouse, too. That's all been taken care of. For real? No way! That's awesome! I never thought it would be this easy to get you to divorce him. What was your name again? Katie, I think? Is Mark there with you right now? If he is, can you give him a message for me? Tell him to contact me because we need to talk. What is there for you to talk about? You're already divorced, right? Doesn't that mean it's all over? It's actually just the beginning. We have lots that we need to discuss, including property division. Oh, yeah, that stuff. Man, getting divorced sounds like a pain. I'm glad it's not happening to me. Oh, I'm sorry. That's gotta sting. It stings, right? Having your husband stolen from you. No, I'm fine, actually. I don't have any feelings left for him anymore. Yeah, right. You're just putting on a strong face. You and I both know that you're crying your eyes out right now. After all, I heard all about how hard you were trying to have a baby, but Mark was never serious about you at all. Yep, you're definitely right about that. Aw, you poor thing. Are you ready to admit how sad you are now? Go ahead, tell me all about it. Wasn't it sad all those nights while you were waiting for your husband to come home? How about all the times you tried to get him in the mood, but he just wasn't interested? Don't lie and tell me that didn't hurt. But just so you know, it's no one's fault but your own. You want to know what Mark told me about you? He told me that he had lost all interest in an ugly old woman like you. Is that so? Well, if you're going to be his woman now, I suppose I owe it to you to give you a warning. Nobody stays young forever. You're currently pregnant with the baby of a man who was willing to throw one woman away already. I wouldn't be so confident in my position if I were you. Oh my God, you are such a sore loser. You don't need to worry about me, Granny. I'm young, beautiful, and most importantly, fertile. Everything you're not. So no, I'm not worrying about him dumping me at all. Okay, anything else you want to say? If there's nothing else, then start packing. Oh, don't worry. I was planning to leave already. Awesome. Bye-bye then. However, what? That doesn't mean you're going to live here once I'm gone. I don't get it. What are you talking about? You're moving out today, and I'm moving in tomorrow. What's so difficult to understand about that? My stuff is already all packed up and everything. I'm curious what makes you think you have any right to live in this house. It's mine. Huh? Of course, Mark could buy it from me if he wants to keep on using it, but I doubt he has that kind of money. Thinking back, I'm pretty sure he spent every last cent of his paychecks the day he got them. I don't even think he has a savings account of his own. Are you sure you're okay with being financially dependent on a guy like that?
I'm sorry, Naomi.
Hello again, Katie. Is the regret set in already?
No, it's not Katie this time. It's me, Mark.
Oh, okay. It's about time you came to face me. Well, I take it you've heard from Katie that I submitted the divorce papers you sent me, so we can skip right to the important part. We have a lot of money matters to talk about, like property division, so we need to meet sometime to have a discussion face to face. Are you free this weekend? I'd like to get this taken care of as quickly as possible.
All those messages you got? Ignore them.
That's gonna be pretty hard to do, considering their contents.
No, you don't get it. That was just a prank from one of my coworkers. That guy is such a jerk. I'm gonna have to report him to HR.
Sorry, Mark, but I'm afraid that's not gonna work on me. I know it was your mistress, Katie, who sent those texts.
But Katie doesn't exist. She's not real. My coworker just made her up on the spot. It was a prank. Seriously, none of that was real. It was all a bunch of nonsense.
It didn't seem like nonsense to me. It seemed pretty real, actually.
But I'm telling you, it's not.
Anyway, when can we meet up? Tell me when you're free.
So you really did submit the divorce papers, huh?
Yep.
All right. I can come over and talk tomorrow night if that's all right. So, property division is like we split up our assets and each get half, right?
In general, yeah.
Okay. In that case, can I have the house? You're not really planning to live there all alone, are you?
Actually, I'm planning to sell the house. Does this mean you want to buy it from me?
Well, no. I figured we could just have that be my half of the assets and call it even.
Yeah, I thought that's what this was about.
What? What's it about?
You can drop the act, Mark.
Act? What act? I'm not acting. Who's acting? Are you acting?
This Katie person who I spoke to earlier, she's real, isn't she? And she's your mistress, just like she said.
No, I told you that was all a prank by one of my coworkers. I'm not cheating on you. I would never cheat on you.
I don't know what bizarre chain of events led to your mistress messaging me personally to reveal your affair, but the truth is, I didn't need her to tell me. I already knew you were having an affair. I hired a private detective to check you out after the night you stopped coming home.
You did?
Yes, and so I know you've been staying at Katie's house this entire time.
But I'm telling you, that's not what's going on.
I have photo and video evidence of you going into Katie's house.
She's just a friend. She invited me over for dinner and I obliged. We're just friends, that's all.
Oh, I see. Seems like you've had quite a few sleepovers with this friend, haven't you? You've been going straight from her house to your office this whole week.
I'm sorry, Naomi.
And there it is. Took you long enough, but I'm glad you've decided to come clean. Let me guess, you found out that, oopsie-doopsie, Katie got pregnant, so you had no choice but to break up with me to cover it all up. I was so confused as to why you would so suddenly and randomly start talking about divorce, but after I got the private detective's report, it all made sense.
Look, it's not like I stopped liking you or anything. I never intended for this to happen. But once I found out that Katie was pregnant, what other choice did I have but to take responsibility?
Tell me about sweet little Katie, Mark. How did the two of you meet?
She's one of the new employees at the company.
Oh, so that's what you meant when you said you've got new employees working beneath you. Well, thanks for providing me with that information, Mark. Now I'll have no trouble tracking her down so I can sue her.
Huh?
I was lying to Katie when I told her I already submitted the divorce papers.
What? Wait, I don't understand.
It's simple. I was lying to get you to admit to having your affair. Did you really think I was going to be just a good little girl and divorce you just like that? We haven't even had a chance to talk things over yet. I had no idea what was going on with you. You might have been going through a mental breakdown or gotten into some trouble at work or something. But once your darling Katie came along and spilled the beans for me, all the pieces finally started coming together. I wasn't about to let you off scot-free. I wanted you to fess up to what you did and tell me where I could find her, so I can sue the both of you for alienation of affection.
I can't believe this. Whatever, I'll settle out of court. It's just gonna be in the low 5 figures, right? You can take it out of my share of our assets.
Oh? And just how much do you think you're going to be getting from me?
I know for a fact that you have at least a couple $100,000 to your name. Your parents gave you those apartment units for rental income, right? That means I'm gonna get half of that.
Uh-oh, looks like somebody got their legal advice from social media. Legal Ace 69 must not have told you that assets gained before marriage aren't subject to property division.
Wait, they're not?
No, and all we've managed to save up since we got married is around $60,000. So the only thing you would be getting from me is half of that, around $30,000, which coincidentally is precisely how much I'll be willing to settle my lawsuit against you for. So I hope you weren't planning on making out like a bandit during the divorce, because you're not getting anything.
That's impossible.
I assure you it's very, very possible.
I'm really not getting anything?
Not 1 cent. If I hadn't found out about your affair, you would have been able to keep the $30,000. But you were never going to get hundreds of thousands of dollars like you had hoped for.
I'm so sorry, Naomi. I messed up big time.
It's a bit late to realize that.
I'm gonna break things off with Katie. I'm coming home right now.
Hold it right there, Big Daddy. What was that you were saying about taking responsibility a little while ago?
I don't even know if it's my kid or not.
Wow, Mark. Just when I thought my opinion of you couldn't get any worse.
I was scared, all right? I was scared of you finding out and scared of having to support a baby on my own. I thought that I could get enough money to get my new life with Katie started if I divorced you on my terms.
Well, you thought wrong. It's your baby. You can take care of it yourself. You know what? I think you were right about a few things. You really have been nothing but a burden on me, and with you gone, I'm going to be 10 times happier than I am now. After that, Mark was persistent in trying to get back together with me. I already had all the evidence I needed to sue him, though, so I blocked his number. I took the divorce papers down to the courthouse as soon as they opened the next day, and that was that. I guess Katie was under the false impression that Mark was loaded, because once she found out he'd be left with nothing after the divorce, she went totally berserk. In the end, they ended up not even getting married. She moved back in with her parents, and Mark was forced to pay child support for a child he never got to see. It was painful to realize that the man who I thought I would have children with had betrayed me, but I don't regret divorcing him at all. I think I'll be holding off on any romance for a while. Maybe I'll use some of the money I was spending on Mark to take a little trip by myself. A few weeks sitting on a beach sipping drinks in a tropical paradise seems like just what the doctor ordered right about now.